Ever wondered why Kevin Costner, a man so committed to the Western genre, would swap his cowboy boots in Yellowstone for the director's chair in his new Western project? Maybe he's just tired of all that horse riding, or perhaps he's just allergic to Yellowstone's geysers? Indeed, the Costner conundrum is one for the books. Imagine leaving the dust-filled plains of Yellowstone for the Civil War era in Horizon, an American saga. It's like trading your trusty horse for another probably more temperamental horse. But let's not forget, Costner isn't just an actor in this new saga. He's also the director and co-writer. Maybe the allure of wearing multiple hats was just too irresistible. And let's not forget, this isn't just any Western, it's an epic two-part film with a reported 3-hour runtime for each chapter. That's a lot of time to fill with cowboy duels, dramatic sunsets, and possibly a few more horses. Perhaps it was the allure of a bigger budget. With a cool $100 million to play with, who wouldn't be tempted to jump ship? Or maybe Costner just decided he'd had enough of Yellowstone's natural beauty and wanted to try his hand at recreating the American Civil War. Or it might just be that Costner's got a penchant for long run times and Yellowstone's episodes just weren't cutting it. So, let's dive into the timeline of events that led to Costner's big switch, shall we? And no, it doesn't involve a DeLorean or a flux capacitor. It all started with the popular series Yellowstone, where Costner became as synonymous with the show as cowboy boots are with a rodeo. He portrayed the grizzled ranch owner, John Dutton, with such aplomb that audiences across the globe were roped in. But just as we were settling in for more cowboy drama, a new challenger appeared on the horizon. Enter Horizon, an American Saga, the epic Western movie that Costner decided to not only star in but also direct and co-write. Talk about wearing many hats, or should I say cowboy hats. Now this isn't just any movie, this is a two-part saga, each part clocking in at a whopping 3 hours. You might say Costner is giving Peter Jackson a run for his money when it comes to long run times. The film, set to be released in 2024, takes us back to the American Civil War era, a time when men were men and everyone else was probably very confused. Costner's character, Hayes Ellison, is set to span decades, giving the actor ample time to brood, squint into the distance, and do all the things we love him for. Now some might say Costner's decision to leave Yellowstone for Horizon is like trading in a reliable horse for an untested stallion. But with a budget of a cool $100 million, Horizon isn't exactly a wild bet. It's more like betting on a racehorse that's been fed a diet of gold nuggets and unicorn dreams. And so, as the sun set on the Yellowstone ranch, Costner set his sights on a new horizon. No, literally the movie's called Horizon. Now we're all waiting with bated breath to see if Costner's gamble pays off. Will Horizon outshine Yellowstone, or will it be a tumbleweed rolling across an empty desert? Let's take a gander into the crystal ball, shall we? We see a two-part Western epic rolling out over 6 hours of screen time. Now that's a lot of cowboy hats and horse chases. $100 million are riding on this cinematic horse and Costner is holding the reins. Picture this, Costner, once the king of Yellowstone, now navigating the wild, wild west of the American Civil War. We're talking about a timeline that stretches over decades. It's like a Western version of The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, but with more dust and less Brad Pitt. Now some might say it's a daring move, leaving the ranch of Yellowstone for the unknown frontier of Horizon. But hey, isn't that what the Wild West is all about? Bold moves, high stakes, and the thrill of the unknown. Is there a chance that Horizon could outshine Yellowstone? Well, with a star-studded cast and a $100 million budget, it's got all the ingredients of a Hollywood hit. But then again, so did Waterworld. And we all know how that turned out. And let's not forget about the screen time. With a whopping 6 hours to fill, there's plenty of room for plot twists, character development, and of course, epic showdowns. But will it be enough to keep viewers hooked, or will they be reaching for the remote halfway through, yearning for the comfort of Yellowstone's familiar pastures? But hey, even if Horizon doesn't pan out, Costner can always go back to Yellowstone. I hear the geysers miss him.